A blessed day to all of you who are here, and also to our brothers and sisters joining us in this worship through the live stream. I would like to continue to meditate with you the first reading from the first book of the Bible, Genesis, which we have started last week. And today we have this episode of the so-called the Great Flood, and it is considered in the previous reading as a punishment to humanity because of wickedness. And the only family that was saved, that was ordered by God to make this boat, was Noah. And we have in today's first reading the test that after the great flood, Noah did to check if the flood subsided already. And we see here how a great navigator like Noah would find out that indeed the Lord sees to punish the wickedness of the people when it stopped to rain, and then when after sending a dove would bring an olive branch, and then later on this dove did not return anymore, meaning that this dove found already a solid ground. Sign for Noah to continue to hope that indeed God has ceased with his punishment. And it is interesting to find out that the first act of these survivors, Noah and family, was to offer a sacrifice, recognizing first and foremost God, thanking Him for the salvation they have experienced in the midst of the flood. And according to the reading, after God has smelled the sweet odor of the sacrifice of Abraham, then he made a beautiful promise. Never again will I doom the earth because of humankind's actuation, or because of the desire, or placing only as a reason for this would be the quality of human heart, but rather knowing the precariousness of human's capacity to be good. The goodness of God is not limited on that, but rather in the very goodness of God, and said, I will never strike down living things again. And he promised God that the earth will last, and the regularity of time of sowing, of harvesting, of summer and winter, day and night shall never cease. Promising here a kind of a God, with this act, He reaffirms His creative work, His work of creation, reaffirming His original intention to let humankind flourish. And later on in our Christian interpretation of this event, this flood, it will be used as actually as the image, especially in the early church, the image of baptism. It is not anymore to eliminate humankind, but rather to wash away human sinfulness. And that is the meaning precisely of the image of the water now, as a sign for humanity to be cleansed by the grace of God. Dear friends, as we continue to experience the goodness of God in our lives, maybe we have our own share of cross and pain, yet we realize that God is ever faithful to His promise, as we have heard in the final parts of the first reading today. God surely is faithful to His promise, and we hold on to that as we come to Him in the midst of all our frustrations, maybe, or of our pain and crosses. We remember that faithfulness of God to His promise, and this has been reaffirmed by Jesus Christ in His ministry and in calling us precisely as His children. And as we celebrate the Eucharist, the Lord comes to us as our sustenance. May we continue to place our trust, our hope in Him, who has created us and who continuously loving us. Amen.